while I'm asking Kat to look up 418, I look over and I see some guy in a wheelchair, Frankie. That was a supernatural encounter if I've ever had one. It was
Looking
so
up 418, Cat.
It's like Michael in a wheelchair or something.
Cat dead bounce.
Yeah. The King's coming. I can assure you the King's coming. Now, we're at 59 minutes. And the thing that I want you to have the most, I just explained to you. I want you to know what it's like to go sky surfing with the space shuttle in the same airspace. But
same airspace.
Better than that, I want you to know what it's like to perceive Christ in silence. And for your spirit to interconnect with Him in silence, in knowing that in Him and through Him you exist. Your very existence is in Him and through Him. So, this hug right here, this is you. Eyes and His eyes. Those are very pronounced markings right here. Almost like someone took that damn cat and dyed it. It's like, wait a minute. That does not look natural. Look at that. That's kind of weird looking. But, nevertheless, we'll just leave it like it is. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Cat's upside down though in the picture frame for sure, right? Okay, now I told you just hang on to your rock. To show you the meaning of Strong's 236, okay?
Uh-oh.
Strong's 236 means to change, to cause one thing to cease, like the sheep, and another to take its place. To exchange one thing for another, to transform. Oh, you mean like changing an angel
I see.
to a locust, maybe.
Spear? Is that Michael Spears?
Y'all remember what the word isotoxal means, like an isotoxal star? There's 4-pointed and 3-pointed isotoxal stars. Isotoxal is edge transitive. And what it means is basically you becoming your own mirror reflection. Okay, you know what? Well, change one thing for another, to transform, to change, to cause one thing to cease and another to take its place. You know, kind of like one race of beings to cease and another one take its place.
It's very obvious that everything is getting turned completely upside down, which means the way the system is now, it's almost at its end, and it has to be exercised fully until it goes from that which was to that which is.
To change, alter, transform. That's what the number 236 means. Got that going, right? And you know what? If I was y'all, I would probably think, Fleck, you may have overdone it this time. But wait, there's more. 32 means red or ruddy. Okay, now let's watch a little video. Take its place. And then 132 means red or ruddy. Okay.
So to change place, 132 means red or ready. It looks like NASA is ready, Boom is ready, Cancer, Brian's ready, meaning Keith, you're there, Brenda's ready, Brain, Pinky, Chelsea's ready, Matt, and Rob. Rob's ready. Ready, Rob.
Evil cabal and wanting to, be one of their cattle for the new world. Yeah, because you won't go along with all their nonsense. It's so crazy. Anyway, and so to move on to something that parallels our little cats getting COVID. That
So, Kat, this was the piece I was missing. Kat, you're getting the video, right? You're part of the 2 witnesses that's going to die in the street. Cat, dead bounce, Cat. It's all about the cats today. Cat's going to get video on the 19th of May, 2020. Just seems like it's pointing towards that area right there that we're going to see this. Because Peter's going to get crucified upside down and his death is going to glorify God.
parallels this. Remember 236 right here, it means to transform, to change one thing to another. Remember that, right? That's what 236 means. Creatures from the other side. Don't open room 237, because when he went in there, there's this real attractive girl that gets out of the tub. She's naked, and Jack Nicholson goes and starts making out with her, and he looks in the mirror.
God has a name.
Isotoxal. And what is he really making out with? A dead
Meghan
witch.
Markle?
She's like a corpse.
God
and
has a name.
And
he's a Pollock.
Okay, watch.
Wooskies,
Watch
pooskies.
this. So, in
I'm
the
tired.
movie,
I am
The
tired.
Shining, the second one,
Roaches.
which is called
See, I can get away with Pollock
Sleep.
jokes because my mom is 100%
Do you
Polish.
remember how they get the Shining one's
Yep.
breasts?
End of cancer.
How
Mark of Cain.
Now, while they're murdering them, they turn them upside down
God
and
has a
suck
name.
out their breath. They call it steam. Their breath. They suck out their breath. The word spirit is breath, pneuma. And they
That's what the mask is all about. I could have swore I remember talking to my wife in the car about this same thing that Click was talking about today, but I was talking to her about it yesterday, and it was about people wearing a mask and how you just can't breathe correctly. I'm not sure if I said that you can probably only breathe 75% of the time, but man, I'll tell you, it sounds awfully familiar when you started talking about that, Click, because it's true. You're breathing in your own hot breath. You're not getting the air that's in the natural air. You're breathing in your own oxygen, or you're not getting oxygen. You're breathing in what? Was it CO2 or something? Your own breath?
the shining. Elohim also means shining ones.
If anybody remembers, back when Kleck said, I didn't draw it, talking about the Obama's portrait, well, not only did he draw this with the Simpsons and the predictive program and all that stuff, but Jonathan Kleck is the voice of Scooby-Doo as well.
It's not fair. Because
Why? Because I said that? Well, I think that you have the voice of Scooby-Doo. And I don't know, Derek probably... I just think you all have those voices from the cartoon characters.
the Statue of Liberty represents the whole host body system. And he gets out, he says, it's unbalanced, it's not fair, and he goes out and blows up. And guess what that explosion
And it blows up.
makes? It makes a sheep. Oh, look. And guess what that explosion makes? It makes a sheep. Oh, look. I didn't draw it. It's like,
Yes, you did. Actually, you did draw it.
But objective, create a phony crisis.
The next phony baloney crisis
I'll give it to you guys. Simpsons is pretty damn funny.
for Americans.
Put the next phony baloney crisis to put Americans.
Dark rooms glued to their televisions too, terrified to skip.
In dark rooms, glued to their television, too terrified to skip the commercials. That's where everybody's at. I know so many people that are freaked out
Wait, I bet you know by sky surfing.
in their house watching. I mean, I know several people that fit that bill. Just glued
Yep.
to their television set, watching CNN.
See, he just gave it away right there. They're glued. Hey, Click, how's it going? As he can see you through your TV and your devices, as you're glued to the TV, this is how they're gonna look at the contents of your faces while everybody is glued to their TV and too damn scared to even skip the commercials. Which means all the commercials that they're feeding you to, it's perfect because now you're going to be literally watching all the commercials that are happening while you're getting ready to watch the news that they're telling us the things that are happening in the world.
And then MSNBC, and they're freaking out. I mean, this is unbelievable. Album 5. Y'all should watch clip number 1.
Album 5, 1,
You should watch clip number
2,
2.
3 in a row.
And clip number 3 of The Simpsons.
Wait. Oh, Big Blue. I thought it was Big Bang.
I cannot play them all for you, otherwise I'll get a codec violation. But you should watch all this stuff. You will not believe what you're looking at. To the west. Wouldn't that look like just a big flash? And wouldn't they probably try and call it an EMP or something? But a bunch of, look, if lightning goes from the east sun to the west, that energy, if it's the same as what's in you that's been converted, well, if it goes across, it'll take it all with it when it leaves. That host body will hit the dirt. But what's in that host body that's been converted goes with the energy that's the same. Does that make
It sounds like the rapture that's coming up. Where the EMP, the 3 days of darkness, is the rapture involved with the 3 days of darkness? The first, like right before the darkness?
make sense? So, as lightning shineth from the east unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So, then oh, there was an EMP, killed everybody, oh, everybody come get your chip, then all the people that don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so the second 9/11 happens, the Big Bang, you die 2 days beforehand, or like 3 days or something, whenever that second 9/11 is, and then it's from that point on, it's the mark of the beast system. Yeah, okay. Because here's the deal. The computer systems will all shut down like how they thought it was all going to shut down 2000 or 1999. So there's a reset that happens because of it, and that's the reason why we're sorry. We don't have it completely wiped out our banking system and programming, and we're gonna have to reset it. And then in the meantime, you can, the stimulus checks you got, we will accept those stimulus checks. But if you have cash, we're sorry. All you millionaires and gazillionaires, man, are you gonna be salty? You are going to be very salty because all of your money is not going to do you any good anymore. So you're just going to have what you got, and people are going to remember how you've treated them.
Man, you talk about a bunch of lost faith, man. There are people that don't know the word, people that haven't sought out the truth diligently with their whole heart. Man, it's going to be tough.
So there you go. With the 3 days of darkness, after the 3 days of darkness, that's when the mark of the beast system is implemented. However, for the sake of the elect, those days shall be shortened.
Anyway, pray for it. Anyway, all right, the Vatican's a snake. I mean, it's like
The Vatican is a snake with his tongue sticking out, and so does so is the art museum in Philadelphia, where you look at it from that angle, and then the tongue sticks out when you zoom in and then back out of it.
Snake. It's a snake.
Now it's just getting out of hand. This is just out of control.
Only 2 pet cats have now tested positive for the
236. Right there, it showed.
So 2 cats test positive for coronavirus. You ever notice how people, when you're out and about walking your dog and you have your mask on, so you don't catch the virus? Where's your dog's mask?
You 236. Like, we care what time it is. If you watched it, you're like, okay, I watched the first hour, which was one subject.
First hour. I appreciate you putting it in categories better, because it does help when you can scroll through, and if you remember what was talked about in the first hour, then I can bounce back and forth with the
And then the
timestamps.
second hour was another subject, another thing that I covered. And when I changed subjects, I could just go throw on a different shirt, sitting right over there. Heck, there's shirts laying everywhere. I could just grab one from there over there.
That's funny, because he's like, heck, there's shirts over
I
there,
just changed the
everywhere.
color, so
and then, or heck, there's shirts are over, they're everywhere.
I could just go throw on a different shirt, sitting right over there. Heck, there's shirts laying everywhere. I could just.
Heck, there's shirts laying. Heck, there's shirts laying everywhere.
Grab one from there over there. Pull through, you can go, oh, I already saw the blue. Here he is in red. I need to watch this part, whatever. I'm just trying to make it easy for you without, you having to hunt for where you
No,
live
I
and
appreciate
stuff
it.
like that. I've talked to other friends of mine that I've gotten to go skydiving, like Michael in Grand Junction.
Eye in the sky.
By supernatural understandings, I mean, my goodness, going from one rung of the ladder up the next rung, up the next, and things are being added all along the way. Supernatural understandings, I mean, my goodness, 2 years ago, I wouldn't believe that the Lord could show me anymore.
That's why it was time to kill the children 2 years and under. 2 years ago.
So anyway, I want to read to you the Acts of Peter. Now you guys know what's the revelation here? Everything was turned upside down and backwards when we got put in the flesh. The key to the kingdom of heaven: turn everything up, because you're upside down. Upon this rock, I will found my church.
Rock click.
This profound
upon my
revelation of knowledge.
My rock click.
The unrolled scroll up and down at this, boom, boom. It's proven to be perfect. So
Well, that's Peter and Jesus, because Jesus was crucified up and Peter was crucified down. Because Peter gave up his spirit to Christ when it was time to not withhold this information anymore from the world.
The Acts of Peter, I'll do the first, I'll do paragraph 37, I believe. I'll read it very kind of quickly without explaining it. Then I'll go into verse 38, and I want you to hear it because it happened to me today. I experienced it. And I was in silence, bawling, thanking God and apologizing, knowing what he did and that I was a cause for it. But yet, I had been redeemed, and my gratitude is not explainable in words which come out of my mouth. To get started, I'm 11 minutes into this, and I just wanted to lay out what's going to happen. So what I'll probably do, like I said, is, it's 11:35 p.m. and I'm just getting started. So
Just getting started at 11:35 p.m. It's between 11 and 12, the second 9/11, or the dropping out of the airplane. Not sure what time you're actually going to do that, but there's a lot of 11s being thrown out there.
when I stop the first part, whenever I get through the first part of maybe the first hour, I'll go
For in 1 hour, Philadelphia is destroyed.
take a coffee break, switch up clothes, maybe wash my face and stuff. And
Because 12 o'clock, time's up. Time's up!
they died. Peter said, Simon, son of Jonas, do you love me more than these? He said, then feed my lambs. A second time he said,
When they died is when he's feeding the lambs.
tells him right here, he says, look. He says, oh, by the way, Satan, get behind me. So, it's like, go figure that out. I have. Okay, so here we go. So he tells him right here, he says, look, when they had died, Peter said, Simon, son of Jonas, do you love me more than these? He said, then feed my lambs. A second time he said, Simon, son of Jonas. By the way, why wasn't he calling him Petros? Because he hadn't become
Because it didn't happen at that time just yet.
Petros yet. He didn't take on actually that identity until.
Well, Click, you didn't get crucified upside down, jumping out of your airplane just yet either.
The time of his crucifixion, if you think about it, because right here in John 21 is where Jesus tells Peter his death is going to glorify God. So his death is going to glorify God. So, like I did today, outside on the side patio, and it happened in silence, in complete silence. I mean, I had some music going in my ears, but what I mean is I wasn't speaking to anyone. I wasn't talking out loud. I was talking to the Lord in my head, thinking about the acts of Peter, and it happened. And
I had that same moment yesterday. It's crazy.
I was just, and then I understood, and I was just like, if I could give the whole world a gift, it would be salvation. The next gift I would give them is to understand what it means to connect in spirit and spirit alone, with no words.
And this looks like building number 8. Penn Center 8, I mean.
Through the upcoming days, guys, Jesus is coming. I guarantee you the King's coming. I don't know the hour of the day, but I know he's
Yes,
coming.
you
I
do.
think he's coming soon. So, you'll be able to take this understanding with you everywhere you go. Meditate on it. Think about it. And this passion, which is according to that of Christ. And now above all, because you can hear or are able to hear it of me, that I'm at the last and final hour of my life, that I'm at the last and final hour of my life. Hearken, separate your souls from everything that is of the senses, from everything that appeareth and does not exist in truth. Blind these eyes of yours, close these ears of yours, and put away your doings that are seen, and you unto whom it belongeth. I beseech you, the executioners, crucify me thus, with the head downward, and not otherwise, and the reason wherefore I will tell unto them that hear. And when they had hanged him up in the manner he desired, he began to say, Ye men unto whom it belongeth to hear, hearken to that which I will declare to you at this special time, as I hang here. Learn ye the mystery of all nature, and the beginning of all things what it was. For the first man, whose race I bear in my appearance, and the race of whom I bear the likeness, fell, was born head downwards, and showed forth a manner of birth, such as was not heretofore, for it was dead, having no motion. He then, being pulled down, also cast his first egg down upon the earth.
Man, it doesn't sound like Click's gonna fall from an airplane upside down.
Established this whole disposition of all things, being hanged up in the image of creation, wherein he made the things of the right hand into the left hand, and the left hand into the right hand. And he changed about all the marks of their nature, so that he thought that those things that were not fair to be fair, and that those things that were in truth evil to be good. Concerning which the Lord saith in a mystery, unless you make the things of the right hand as those of the left, and those of the left hand as those of the right, and those that are above as those below, and those that are behind as those before, you shall not have knowledge of the kingdom. I'm going to pause it right there before I do my final read. Do you understand what he's saying here? He is literally saying, unless you turn things upside down and backwards, you will never understand the kingdom of heaven ever. Did you know Jesus said the same thing? Just unless you are converted, you will not see the kingdom of heaven. To turn quite around, 180 degree turn the opposite direction. You can't walk around on your hands, can you? Not really, but you can turn everything else upside down and look at it, can't you? Like an image of the Virgin. Jesus said the same thing. Here you go. Now, pay attention. This is where I'm trying to get everybody to. For this thought, therefore, I have declared unto you, the figure wherein you now see me hanging is the representation of that man that first came into birth, head downwards. Ye therefore, my beloved, that hear me shall hear, ought to cease from your former error, and return back again. For it is right to mount up upon the cross of Christ, who is the Word stretched out, the one and only, of whom the Spirit saith, for what else is Christ but the Word, the sound of God? So that the Word is the upright beam whereon I am crucified, and the sound is that which crosseth it in the nature of man, and the nail which holdeth the cross to the tree, unto the upright in the midst thereof is the conversion and the repentance of man. Here it is, guys, right here. This next part that I'm going to read to you. Today, when I had my moment, it was like sky surfing. When you leave the plane, it happens. When you do your training, you've got your board on your feet, you fly to altitude, your heart's just you know, man, this is life or death. You've got. Here it is, guys. Now, whereas thou hast made known and revealed these things unto me, O word of life, now called by me wood, O word, now called by me the tree of life. I give thee thanks not with these lips that are nailed unto the cross, nor with this tongue by which truth and falsehood issue forth, nor with this word which cometh forth by means of art, whose nature is material. But with that voice I do give thee thanks, O King, which is perceived in silence, which is not heard openly, which proceedeth not forth by organs of the body, which goeth into ears of flesh, which is not heard of corruptible substance, which exists not in the world, neither is sent forth upon the earth, nor written in books, which is owned by one and not another. But with this, O Jesus Christ, I do give thee thanks, with the silence of a voice, wherewith the Spirit that is in me loveth thee, speaketh unto thee, seeth thee, beseecheth thee. Thou art perceived of the Spirit only. Thou art unto me my Father, thou art my mother, thou art my brother. Thou art my friend, thou art my bondsman, thou art my steward. Thou art all, and the all is in thee. Thou art, and there is naught else, save only thee. when you understand that your existence, even just being here, is only in him and through him you exist. Because until you know the truth, you're just under mind control of the world, of the ant farm, you're the aphid. You just don't know. You're just in a system you don't even know you're in. You just got carried away captive, just like the aphids, and you become so inert, so dependent on the system, you don't even care. You're like, whatever. And no one has a desire to know the truth anymore. Today was the fulfillment for me on a personal level of the summer of 2002. It was the end of July or the very beginning of August. The night I got saved in that alley. Nothing.
Here comes my
I was just
arrest.
standing there looking at other cabs trying to decide what am I supposed to do. And that's when some guy came up behind me and said, right to my ear, he said, "Sir, could you put your hands behind your back?" I put my hands behind my back and he cuffed me. I was so calm, I didn't even care. I honestly could care less. And I was just like, whatever, wherever this is going.
Just let's go already.
So he said, could you come with me? Could you come with me for a minute? San Antonio police want to talk to you for a minute. I said, okay. They walked me back to an office there at the Greyhound bus station. I sit down in an office, I look up on the wall, there's a picture,
It's like
and the picture
13th and
had
Filbert.
a guy sitting on a hill like this with his arm around a dog. All you could see was the guy's back. Now, it wasn't a photograph. It was like a drawing, but it was glittery, and it wasn't cartoonish. It was between cartoon and real. Knew. Everything in my spirit knew that's me and Jesus now. My new best friend is with me. As I waited for the San Antonio police to come down, which only took them a couple minutes. And then they walked in, two uniforms. They
To the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, I hold you nearest.